Ice Spice goes international. Jack, can you dig what I'm saying? Can you dig what I'm saying? Ice Spice shares extra cheeky Dublin photo dump after a longitude festival. Now, y'all don't know who Ice Spice is? That's that beautiful high yellow girl with the little curly afro. Yeah, she got a little Jerry curl afro like they had in the 70s, man. Beautiful. But she about to fuck y'all up with the new look that she about to get. With that long blonde hair in her head, all the way down her back. She looking like a supermodel. Now this is the look she should have been had. Because at first she looked like she was born in the 60s. And break it out. Let's break this shit down. Festival season is in full spring across the world with many of our favorite artists flocking to the stages in North America and Europe to entertain thousands. Now, see, this is what a lot of artists is going to have to start doing to prevent shootout at shows, getting robbed, getting their chain snatched. We got to go to a whole nother country because motherfuckers over here in our country will try to set you up while you trying to entertain them. So I'm really liking that the fact a lot of the artists are going overseas. We're going to be able to keep them safe. Now, Dublin, Ireland has been a hot spot this weekend with some of the biggest names in hip-hop, EDM, and other genres taking over the two-day festival in Marley Park. Now, on Saturday, July the 1st, Calvin Harris was one of the headlining artists, with Jazzy, Ray, and Anna Marie. Ice Spice and MK was among those that took stage before him. Now, Ice is gassed and went all out during her set. If you don't know who that is Ice Spice, real name. Ice is Gaston. She later commemorated her Irish debut with a sultry photo dump on Instagram that left her bodacious behind on display beneath her miniskirt. Her cheeks was out, hanging and swinging. I'm talking about her cheeks looked like two apples, looked very scrumptious. They had a lot of men looking at her booty, trust me, ready to dive in, especially with her always having that Jerry curl afro she had. And she done changed up her look and brought out the real beauty. I know motherfuckers went crazy. She got over 2 million likes with this picture. She got on some black boots with like the fur at the bottom of it coming all the way up to her knees, a blue jean miniskirt, long curly hair looking beautiful like the beautician spent 7 hours on that motherfucking hair. Some of the best hair that you can buy, she bought. Because you know that ain't no real hair. I mean, she looks amazing, man. She could have won Miss America with that motherfucking picture. Y'all go to Instagram and check out Ice Spice. Now, later this week, the 23-year-old will be taken to the stage once again. On Thursday, July the 6th, you could catch her at the Stavern Festival. And the next day, she'll likely be twerking up a storm during her set at Wireless in Finsbury Park. It's been approximately 1 year since Spice sudden skyrocketed into fame began. Yeah, just a year ago, she was barely, making noise. That's all it takes when you stay focused on something you're doing in life, people. Sometimes you might have a motherfucking slow beginning. You might not get a bunch of money and take off like you expected. That don't mean to quit and throw the towel in. Sometimes overnight success don't happen. But if you stay focused, stay persistent, and stay dedicated with what you're trying to do, when that explosion happens, it's worth all the reward. It actually feels even better because it kind of seems like it comes out the blue, but it really don't. It's coming because you kept the faith, because you stayed strong, because you kept striving and putting in the work to get you to the point that they finally arrived. Now, she ain't gave a studio album yet, but still she been keeping the fans satisfied with a string of singles since her Light EP back in January. Now, the most recent song she dropped is called Barbie World. And on this one, she collaborated with, of course, sexy Nicki motherfucking Minaj, queen of the beautiful pink hair. Now, interestingly, Margot Robbie recently revealed that it was her guidance that led Barbie director Greta Gerwig to include the Aqua sampling song on the soundtrack. So Moral of this story, man, Ice Spice doing that thing. If you got a career, if you working a job, whatever you trying to do in your life, if you got plans and goals, you set out to do something big, don't quit, don't stop. Keep working on it. If something happens where you have a pitfall or a setback, you get back. Now, I'm going to move on to some other things. Still in the hip-hop industry. Y'all remember when Young Thug and Rich HomieQuan was popping out with that group, Rich Gang, and they was signing Birdman, and the shit was doing numbers. I mean, the music was fucking great.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Got a surprise. Many of the youngest fans of hip-hop probably don't even remember what I'm talking about. But if you remember, probably about 7, 8 years ago, Rich HomieQuan and Young Thug was fucking up the game. Might have been longer than that. When Thug first got hot. When all this shit was going on with Lil Wayne tour bus getting shot up and shit. They all of a sudden split. And it wasn't in the media. Nobody knew what was what. I couldn't figure it out because I'm like, man, these niggas got good chemistry. These niggas are sounding good as a motherfucker. I'm trying to figure out why would they just split? But it was some street shit. And now that Thug is locked up, Rich Homie is talking about it a little bit, but not too much. So that let me know he had some type of fear of Young Thug because the nigga never said nothing like this when Young Thug was free. And I love Rich HomieQuan music. I'm just a reporter and a comedian for the streets. So don't get mad at what I say, but I'm just telling you how it looked. Now, during a recent interview, they haven't spoken to each other in years, Rich HomieQuan says. But they got a recent audio leak that allegedly captured Quan's remarks, revitalizing interest in their whole situation. Now, he's speaking on Thug's current RICO case, what seems to be sort of an interview setting, where they just kind of asking them questions. Now, it's kind of hard to hear a lot of the shit they saying, but one of the things that Rich Homie said was Thug had something to do with it. We just can't prove it. You see what I'm saying? So I had another report of saying that somebody got shot or allegedly killed, and Rich HomieQuan is basically blaming Young Thug for the shit. Now, I don't know what the fuck happened or whatever, but I knew it had to been bigger than music. And guess what he said? Guess what Quan said? He said this shit was deeper than rap. I mean, if you pay attention to the streets, the world, and you lived a little bit, you can figure out a lot of things. Not the specific details, but you can kind of draw a conclusion of what could possibly go on if you're paying attention to the shit and you've been around like I've been around. Now, Quan said at one point calling the situation real fucked up. But then he said he still loves Thugger. Now, how you still love a nigga that you say had something to do with something, but you just can't prove it? And basically killed the motherfucking vibe on your motherfucking music career. After that group, Rich Gang with Young Thug, and Rich HomieQuan on that thing. If you don't know, Rich Gang with Rich HomieQuan and Young Thug signed at that time to Baby from Cash Money, then nigga, you need to Google it. Google it. Check it out. Google it. That was some of the hottest music coming out the South. Now, ever since that group split and broke, they didn't have no more buzz. Young Thug kept it going, and Young Thug was steady selling and staying relevant and didn't miss a beat, still getting his money. It was like Rich HomieQuan just fucking disappeared and faded off the scene. And to me, for a brother to be so talented with so many hits, I mean, damn it, everything he was fucking putting out was top of the line. I knew he hadn't lost his talent. This is like he been putting out shit a little bit of shit late the last couple of years. and it still sound good. But you know, they say once you lose your buzz in the rap game and get a little older, even if you come back, it's just something about the age where people don't want to listen to a person that's older. They kind of lose a little buzz. But now the game is changing. A lot of the old rappers are coming back out because they was listening to the status quo. Yeah, just because a lot of the, younger generation is listening to the younger rappers might not buy your shit. You're going to have some people that's going to still fuck with you. They used to fuck with you. But you still can make money, just not as much as you used to. And then most of the rappers that was blowing up and came out back then anyway, they got robbed anyway, nigga. So it ain't like you had a bunch of money. The record label was fucking you niggas with no grease. So now if you niggas come back, that was really legendary rappers and everybody loved a lot of their songs, you could get more money than you made back then, nigga, because you could do it independently. You might not sell 1 million records or 2 million records and then just get a couple 100,000 like they was fucking the rappers back then, or give you 1 million, that's it. Then you sell 100,000 records now, you got you some meals. All your show money you could keep, So that's what's just going on right now in the hip-hop industry, Jack. Now, the last thing I'm going to talk about is Sukihana. Now, she a sexy motherfucking female, right? But I don't like this recent interview that she did speaking on the Chris Rock and Will Smith situation. And I'm going to tell you what I don't like about it. She was saying everybody always talking about Will Smith like he the enemy, making him the villain. If the type of niggas that I fuck with, they wouldn't even slap Chris Rock. He lucky that that's all that happened to him. Now, when she say this is the typical bitch in the neighborhood that get niggas that's gangster or treacherous to do all type of shit for her. Why would a nigga want to kill a comedian for cracking a joke because he fucking your stinking ass, bitch? Who you think you is for you to say that shows the evil side of herself? Yeah, she has. And I've always had this for bitches in the hood that was like that. I love a hood bitch that's real about her money and on some real shit. I hate a snake bitch in the hood that's evil, that knows that she can use these evil ass niggas anytime she get mad because she know they sent outs. She know these niggas are PlayStation 5s. She know that they can be controlled by her pushing buttons like a controller joystick. So I didn't take a liking to this shit. But it's a lot of evil motherfucking when a woman know their power, it can go both ways. She can work it in a good way, or she can work it in a bad way. This motherfucking Sukihana, she's working her shit in the evil way. I can see the evilness when she talk. Now, I don't know if she trying to sound tough or treacherous for the internet, but she sound like this is really her. Come on, just because a nigga crack a joke on you or something, you want a nigga that you with to kill him? Bitch, y'all living in a fantasy world. Most of these niggas out here shooting and killing motherfuckers. Niggas ain't down to do a day. They got 1 million motherfuckers that'll pull that trigger and pop somebody. And 99% of them niggas gonna tell after they do. So I don't even respect killers. I'm just gonna be real. I don't respect killers. Nigga, I respect a nigga that if you take everything from him, what the fuck he gonna do as a man? I don't respect because you can kill somebody and tell like you get caught. But just because you killed 20 niggas and you haven't got caught yet, you supposed to be so respected? No, I don't respect that shit. You just tune into another episode of Legend of Coming. And I'm your motherfucking stomach on a Monday morning. Do something with yourself, do something with your life. You just might be somebody.